Who's confirmed in Brazil's World Cup squad? Carlo Ancelotti answers. Look, Neymar isn't playing, Vinícius isn't there, and even Rodrygo is absent. If Brazil steps onto the field and dominates their opponent, how does that feel? Yes, that's exactly what happened. Against Chile, Brazil took the field without their star players, and still showed why they are considered the most successful team in football history. In a packed home stadium, Brazil played commanding football, and the result was a spectacular 3-0 victory. After this win, everyone started asking the question, who is confirmed in Brazil's World Cup squad? And the answer came from the current coach, Carlo Ancelotti. His words are now the center of discussion in the football world. Brazil without Neymar and Vinícius. In the match against Chile, Neymar, the biggest star of Brazil, was absent. Along with him, other stars like Vinícius Júnior and Rodrygo were also missing. Many thought that without so many star players, Brazil might lose their edge. But on the field, a different story unfolded. Ancelotti's young and reserve players delivered an outstanding performance together. From the start, Brazil dominated the match. Fans in the stands cheered with every attack. Of the 3 goals scored, one came from Lucas Paquetá. He returned to the national team after a long time and immediately proved his importance by scoring a goal. Ancelotti praises Paquetá. After the match, during the press conference, Ancelotti was asked about Paquetá. Smiling, the coach said, "Of course, Paquetá deserves a place in our squad. I've said before, he's a versatile player. Today he played as a midfielder, but he can also play as a defensive midfielder if needed. I trust that he can manage the midfield on his own." After such praise, Brazilian fans' hopes and expectations around Paquetá have only grown. Questions about the World Cup squad. The most talked about question, however, was, who will make the World Cup squad? A journalist directly asked how many players from the current squad are confirmed. Ancelotti's answer made it clear that he hasn't confirmed anyone yet. He said, "Many of our regular players are excellent. I will initially make a list of 25 or 26 players. But in Brazil's case, it's extremely difficult. Another coach might make decisions more easily, but for me, it's complicated. I see it positively, though, because the players are competing with each other, which raises the level of the whole team." Competition within the team. Ancelotti added, "I'm very satisfied with today's match. Not just the starting 11, but even the substitutes who came on played wonderfully. They increased the pace of the game. This means our bench is strong, and no team can win a World Cup without a strong bench." Message for the fans. Many Brazilian fans wonder how the team would perform without Neymar or Vinícius. But the 3-0 win against Chile dispelled those doubts. Now it's clear that this Brazil team doesn't rely on just a few stars. The entire squad is developing a mentality of fighting together. Brazil's World Cup dream. Looking at the football world, Brazil is one of the favorites for the upcoming World Cup. The 5-time champions will once again aim for their 6th title. Coach Ancelotti also emphasized that the healthy competition within the squad will ultimately make Brazil stronger. So, the question remains, will Neymar, Vinícius, and Rodrygo secure their spots, or will newcomers like Paquetá prove themselves and seize the opportunity? Ancelotti didn't give a definitive answer, but hinted that those who perform on the field will earn their place in the World Cup squad. In short, Brazil's World Cup team is not yet finalized. But one thing is certain. Whoever plays, Brazil will always deliver dazzling football to its fans. This was the latest update on Brazil. Can this team, which showed commanding football without Neymar and others, win the World Cup? Share your thoughts in the comments.